Quan. Go.
Does anyone see my stick?
You found it.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
It was in his pants.
Yeah. It was in my jeans, actually, yeah. Took it with me in magic.
He found it in his...
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Family channel, boys. Family channel.
Family channel.
You know what's going in the show notes, though.
It's my stim stick, yeah. You know, flip it. Oh. Yeah.
It's his fancy fidget.
And it doesn't make noise.
No, it sure
Twitch
doesn't.
is
Until you drop it.
Yeah.
Twitch is actually not working for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Huh.
What's
I'm
not
getting
working
the-
for you?
Twitch?
Yeah.
Twitch. Ah.
Yeah. I'm doing the old refresh thing, and she's not doing it for me. Yeah, that's weird.
Well, I'll pop over
Strange.
online, see what's up.
Oh, I'm on.
Is it live for you?
Okay, are we live?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we are live. We're live then. Okay, cool.
Oh,
I
we're
will.
live
I
then.
will. Oh, we're live. Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, don't touch that dial. You have, in fact, found the Brothers in Arms podcast here on twitch.tv/Brothers in Arms podcast. It's episode number 198.
That was a lot of podcast.
It's a lot of podcasts. It's actually the 21st day of April in the year of our Lord 2025. And joining me, as always, are my two favorite brothers from the same mother and father, Patrick, Alex. Hello, gentlemen. Good evening.
Hi, I'm
Good morning
Patrick.
for me.
Oh, good morning to
Greetings
you
and
again.
salutations. Yes.
I am not Patrick.
I'm awake. I've had a cup of coffee and a banana, and now I am drinking some water. So it's good seeing your faces.
Yeah.
Yours as well, buddy.
And in the meantime, I'm just gonna keep hitting the refresh button until I can get Twitch to work.
Okay.
'Cause
Well,
it's
you
kind
keep
of a
refreshing,
thing.
man.
Yeah, you keep just refresh that thing.
Refresh that thing.
Yeah.
Refresh it.
Refresh it real good.
Yes, real good.
Mm.
Oh,
Refresh it.
We'll
I'm
get it
not.
to work eventually, but yes, it'll work one of these days. Eventually.
That's the plan, Stan.
I might just close everything. Well, close my browser and try to open it again.
Do it.
But hey, you guys said it's working, so I trust you.
Well, thank you.
yeah.
I believe I've earned that trust.
You have, in spades.
Not sure I've ever broken it. Have I ever broken that trust?
No.
Cool.
That doesn't count as your question, though.
No. Well, I appreciate that because that's a shorty. Yeah.
That was an easy answer.
Yeah, you guys answered that one pretty well. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate it.
Woo. Well, good evening, gentlemen.
Hi.
Hello.
How's y'all's week been?
I feel like we've talked less than a week ago.
We did.
Oh, wait, we have. That's right.
We did.
So my week has been short.
Yeah.
But, all right, I'll kick us off. So,
Yes.
this weekend is the biggest weekend ever of Christianity. It was Easter weekend. And so we celebrated Good Friday with our church family. And then we rested on Saturday. And then Sunday morning, we went to church early because we had a sunrise service. And then a brunch in between that and regular service. And there was nothing regular about it. It was awesome.
Cool.
It's fun when a lot of people show up that you haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
And Easter seems to bring out the best in people. And so we saw a lot of the best people that we love. We did miss our kids this year, though. This is the first Easter where we did not have one or both of our kids with us on Easter morning. So we woke up. There was no Easter baskets. Surprise, kids. Sorry. But no Easter baskets in the house. We kind of woke up, drank our coffee, woke up, read scripture. It was just it was a very smooth, beautiful weekend. And then the kids here on campus that are obviously of other parents. There was an egg hunt after lunch, and mass pandemonium on the front lawn. It was it was awesome. It was awesome.
Anyone throwing elbows?
Oh, you should see. So there's a little one, and she's about 4, and I'm not going to say any names, but she's fierce. And so yeah, she definitely ruled it, and it was awesome. But yeah, elbows galore from a 4-year-old. Why not? So
Yeah. That's mine.
But what we have done, what Carrie and I have, so spring is in the air here in Atlanta.
So is the flu.
And so is all the allergies and all that jazz, right? And we have found ourselves walking a lot. So the last 4 days, we have left campus, walked off campus, into Pittsburgh, which is the little community that we live in here in Atlanta, and find ourselves on the Beltline. And we walk about 3 miles total, so about a mile and a half out, a mile and a half back. We've walked the dog every time but today, because today we did it just after dinner and it was still too hot, and the blacktop was too hot. Exactly. So we didn't want her to burn her paws. But we still wanted to get that in, keep that motion in. And I'm telling you, boys, it's good for the body. I feel like I'm sleeping better, but I'm waking up sooner. So this morning, for some odd reason, I woke up at 4:40. I don't know what that's about. That needs to cut it out real quick, because I'm not about that life. I'm sorry.
That's like our timeline, dude.
I know. I'm not about that life. I love you guys. I'm proud of you for what you do, but that's not for me. However, I have moved my alarm clock up a half an hour. So this morning, my alarm went off at 5:30. And what I'd like to do is get it to where it's early enough that I can get up, pound some water, and then go sweat it out. I've recognized that in my life, and in the season that I'm in, that after lunch, I'm pretty much shot. I don't want to do anything else. I still have stuff to do. I still have work to do. I still have engagements that I have to have, relationships that I have to maintain with our cadets and whatnot. But I physically don't want to move. And so in order to counteract this, I have to move, but I don't want to move. I'm going to try and get up a little bit sooner in the morning so that I can spend that time then. And a body in motion stays in motion? Maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Here's hoping. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm sitting right now. So guys, if you think about it, some little encouragement throughout the week would be encouraged. I'd appreciate it.
Military motivation.
Yeah, a little bit of that. So what was the one that you talked about hitting a hammer, though? That was mechanical agitation? Mechanical...
Yeah. That's mechanical agitation.
Mechanical agitation. Yeah, let's avoid that one. But some military motivation would be appreciated. So thank you. Appreciate that.
All right.
Awesome. Oh, stretch. Sorry.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm still waking up.
Dude, same.
But that's been my week. Today's been good. I got a lot of work done, which is nice. And yeah, I'm seeing you guys, which is always a blessing. So yeah.
Always take that for a win.
Amen.
No, it's been fun on my end. Y'all, we're almost done. We're getting to the end.
Almost
Well done,
done,
buddy.
Yeah.
Just up to 5.
It's kind of gotten interesting. So in my community, so we cannibalize. We call it cannibalize. We cannibalize parts. I know it sounds terrible, and it's honestly it's true. So the supply chain is not perfect. In some ways, sometimes it's downright terrible, and it's not uncommon where we don't have parts. will a plane will break, and we don't have the part in the supply system to replace the broken part on that aircraft to be able to get it to fly again. And so what happens is, if you have an aircraft that we call an aircraft, we'll say it's long term. It's down long term because it's waiting a part that we're not going to get.
We don't have.
But it has a bunch of other parts on it that are good. So that aircraft turns into the aircraft that gets cannibalized, and every squadron has one. And even out here for this exercise, we have an aircraft that is our cannibalization aircraft. And this poor plane, we have taken so much stuff off of this aircraft.
It's sitting on cement blocks on the tarmac.
Brother, I'm not. Yeah. Actually, it's funny because we stole the landing gear off of it. It was on jacks for a while.
Aww.
I mean, does it have a message in the back of it from Dirty Mike and the Boys?
That does not have a message in the back.
I'm not familiar with that. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'm not going to finish that statement because it's again a family channel, but it's from the movie The Other Guys, starring Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell.
So we take what we need. We take what we need off this
and
airplane.
we give nothing back. Hey, we're back to our pirate theme.
Yar.
Take everything, give nothing.
Yar.
No, this poor plane has just, everything's been stolen off of it. All the paperwork's done correctly, but no. We eventually finish our time here, and that plane has to leave.
Oh no!
So
it's going to be riding a truck back home.
we've gotten
Pilot's just sticking his head out the window like.
Are we there yet?
We've gotten some stuff back, but again, this is how it works, and it's so funny. Like, I feel bad for this poor plane and the squadron that owns it, because it's their aircraft and they're gonna need it after the end of this class, and it's like, well, we'll we're starting to put it back together as best we can, but we're still missing components that we haven't gotten delivered yet. So
where's its wing?
By the end of we didn't steal that. We did take a flap off it, which was hilarious.
Flap off.
We ordered a wing once on accident, and it showed up to the hangar bay, and they're like, "Why is Reactor needing a wing to an F-18?" Oops.
Were you like off a digit in the item number or something?
Essentially.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, Greg, if you can go back about 12 or 13 years, there's a wing for you if you want it.
On the decommissioned boat?
Wrong type model series, boyo. That's not what. No.
That's fair. Do you know that there's still in the stock system, there's an NSN for horse, riding?
HORSE?
Yep, you can actually order a riding horse through the national stock system. I'm just trying to figure out how they fly that thing out to an aircraft carrier, because I don't know.
That's fascinating. When I was at HMX years, I think I've talked about this because I thought it was hilarious. So I had to do the serialization. I had duty on a specific day of the month, and when you happen to get tagged for that, you have to go and verify serial numbers of all of the serialized components, like all of our weapons systems, that the squadron owns, all of the other assets. And it's basically a wall-to-wall. Like, you just go through and you have to go and make sure that every piece of equipment is accounted for. Well, one of the pieces of equipment that's on there includes the dogs, because we have like 12 military working dogs.
Okay.
And they are technically a serialized asset. And I was like, I'm going through the paperwork, and I was like, I get to go to the kennel and see the dogs, and they're like, no, you can't go. They're there. Trust us. Like, you're not going to serialize the dogs. And I was like, no,
trust but verify, brother.
I want to go verify. I want to verify them. I want to make sure that all the dogs are accounted for, because that's awesome. No, denied. No verifying that the dogs are there.
Because they're not. They're in somebody's home. Or do you have kennels on base?
Yeah, they're kennels.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, even and depending on every provost marshal's office, PMO, the military police.
Yeah,
they all have. Every base has at least a couple working dogs.
Are we talking bite dogs, search and rescue?
A little bit of everything.
Everything.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. Bomb.
Say it again, please.
Bomb.
Not fully awake.
Yeah.
Bomb dogs.
Bomb dogs.
Okay.
Do they have bomb dogs?
I think we've said it enough.
Bomb dogs, bite dogs.
Bomb.
That is a bomb.
Point. Yeah, when that one sits down, I just run.
Hello. My name is Doug.
Yeah, that's why I don't like hanging out with the EOD guys, because if their dog sits down, I'm just that's it.
See ya.
Go the other way.
Bye.
If you see me running, run faster.
Yep. You should be in front of me.
Thank you, Liz. You song bombed me up here. Let's see what I did there. Yeah. Oh, okay.
We had Pop in the chat for a second too.
Yeah,
he's still there. Hey, Pop.
Hey, Pop.
Hey, Dad.
So.
Bomb. Great.
Yep, there it is.
One for Liz.
Hold on.
Yeah, I got
Hold on. You get one.
Thanks.
Welcome. Yeah. We've tried to order some interesting things through the national stock system.
Okay, the national stock system. Oh,
yes.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, hey, Mom.
Hi, Mom. So there's all sorts of different things you can get, right? Everything in the military has a number, right?
It does.
Usually that number also comes associated with a price. On the sides of the boat, we have 50 caliber machine guns.
Right.
They're belt-fed 308 machine guns. We found the number for those. Yeah. Because
I'll take two, please.
you're bored on duty. You got nothing else to do. You just start looking for stuff. You want to see what you can find.
So is this like printed paper, or are we talking like on the internet?
It's on the internet.
Or the internal internet?
Both.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Fascinating.
you can find some websites. So this is fun, and Alex, I'll let you keep going here, but
Sure.
just to give you an idea, Patrick, some websites you can find. They'll have, like, civilian websites will have an NSN, a national stock number, on it.
Huh.
So, like, if you wanted to order something specific from their website, they've got an NSN attached to it. But then there's also a separate. It's basically you have to log in with a military ID website that you can go on.
Sure.
And you can actually go and look up all that stuff as well and find things very specific, either that are like made for the military or.
Oh, we know about those military grade. Boop boop boop.
Yep.
Yeah. Some of it's decent, but
Some of it is.
Okay.
You can order a Barrett 50 caliber sniper rifle.
yes, you can.
Tried to order one of those too.
Okay.
I can't believe you guys actually tried to order it just to see what would happen.
Yeah, why not? I have a repair parts petty officer. Their whole job is to order things for me, and I go, I want this. And they go, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So there's two different types of RPPOs, right? Or repair parts petty officer. There's a guy who orders what he's supposed to, and he knows how the system works, and he knows how to put in, job numbers, knows how to make the high side talk to the low side, and do parts transfers and all that stuff. It does everything exactly how they're supposed to, squared away, right?
Sure.
You know what? I need this specific part for this motor. Find me the number for that, and then get it ordered. I'll approve it, and then we'll set it up to supply, and we're good to go. And then there's the other guy who is what we refer to as an acquisitions petty officer.
Oh, is this one of those E5s or E4s?
They're usually E4, yeah. Sometimes they're an E5.
Okay, keep going.
But they're usually protected,
Right.
with something.
Right.
That we won't go into on this because Greg and I are way past those days.
Yep.
And I send them out into the world to go and acquire things. Hey, we really need this. I need you to find me a mop and a Cadillac. All right, cool.
Sure. Because those go together.
Yeah.
In your
so
never
a Cadillac. You guys know what a Cadillac is, right?
That's the thing that's underneath the car that holds the muffler together, right?
That's a catalytic converter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, keep going.
Not that one.
Nope. What's a Cadillac?
No, so a Cadillac is a mop bucket, but it's one of those fancy mop buckets. Like you probably have one in the buildings where it's yellow and it's got a basket on the top of it where you can put the mop in the basket
and it's got a handle to squish out the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a Cadillac?
That's a Cadillac.
Okay, what is a not Cadillac mop bucket?
A bucket.
That's got to be a Navy. That's got to be a Navy thing, boy. I've never heard them called a Cadillac.
Yeah. What do you call a small hand broom and a dustpan?
Oh gosh. A foxtail and a it's foxtail.
Foxtail and a dustpan. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But say I need those things. We don't have them down in the work center, and I'm like, dude, see what you can find. I send this man out into the world, and he comes back with more than what I asked for. But he went up and he found an entire box of pipe wrenches. Right? We're not supposed to use pipe wrenches, right? Because they're able to slip. You can really damage bolts with them. We operate in level 1 systems, and a pipe wrench is not to be used on a level 1 system.
Okay.
Well, the pipe wrenches that he found are about that big. So, for the rest of my time on the boat, my work center, we all had pipe wrenches, and it was a big deal of the haves and the have-nots. Right?
It's like your stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm one of only a couple of people on site that have a stick.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things. I'm one of 3 people that has a blue one.
Okay.
But these wrenches became a status symbol. If you had one, you were in the work center when we got pipe wrenches. So, it's just one of those things.
Uh-huh.
But that acquisitions petty officer also is the guy who really works well with supply. So, he knows a guy up there. So if you really need something, if you need to push something through, send him up there. He goes, works his magic, and next thing you know, you got exactly the part that you needed for a critical thing.
Ta-da!
Or
a dude that knows his way through the system, Patrick, is worth his weight in gold.
He is, in fact. On top of that, the amount of times that I've had to go up to supply and bring my 06 with me and go, sir, tell them I need my stuff because they won't give me my stuff. And magically all the red tape just goes away and I get my stuff. It's great. So that's the other life hack is, when Chief goes up there and Chief can't even get anything, Chief comes back down and goes, hey, Go up and invite the reactor officer. Have him walk with you. All right, cool. So you go up to supply with a full bird captain, and immediately the place stops. Whatever you need shows up.
Everyone needs a full bird captain.
Yep. Everyone needs a full bird. Captain.
Right.
Speaking of, so and it ties into what I was sending. We started a few minutes ago, guys. I was telling you guys I had to send a text. So, when I in my community, we have warrant officers that work in our community that are they're MMCOs. They're a maintenance and material control officer. So their job, an MMCO's job, is to work with our supply system to get the parts that we need to fix the airplane. What I was talking about.
Right.
When I was at HMX, I heard that one. One. When I was at HMX, I was working in the department in the shop that I worked for my MMCO. Like, he was my officer in charge because of how the command structure works in a squadron. So I had a really good relationship, built a really good rapport with this guy. His name's Chief Warrant Officer Mike Richardson. Well, we're good friends. Not like hanging out, but had a really good relationship with this guy.
You can work with him.
I'm out here in Arizona for this class. Now, mind you, I left Virginia. I moved to California. I deployed. Like, I've not seen this guy in over a year.
You've been out, yeah.
I woke up this morning or today, and I went downstairs to the lobby of the hotel to get a cup of coffee to start my day. And I grabbed a cup of coffee, and I walked around the corner to go grab a snack from the little thing that they have downstairs.
Yeah, the self-kiosk, right.
Yeah, the little kiosk thing downstairs. And I walked past the hotel I'm staying in has a restaurant and a bar in the lobby, and I hear my name. I was like, who the heck is yelling my name? And I walk back out and around the corner, and here's my old MMCO that just happens to be in town for work. It was like, went over and gave him a hug, and it's like, what's going on, sir? Like, what are you doing here?
Right.
It's like, here for same thing that you are, just for a different different thing. But he had come out for an event. He's here for a couple days, so plan on we're probably gonna go. Yeah, I know, right? Like, we're gonna go and have dinner. I'm gonna probably have dinner with him on, I'm guessing, I think he says free on Thursday, so we'll probably have dinner on Thursday, and I'll just to sit down and
catch up.
That's
awesome, man.
But talk about weird. Just like, was not expecting that. Joy of the Marine Corps sometimes, how small this world is.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
It's crazy.
Alex, what about you, buddy?
Oh, dude, it's been an interesting week.
Yeah?
Oh, it's been interesting. So, you guys know I hate taking exam.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Give me a multiple choice, and I'll blow that thing out of the water. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it, right? A little bit of studying beforehand, and I'm good to go. We talked on Wednesday, and I went to bed almost immediately, and then I got up just a couple hours later so that I could go in and study for an exam on Thursday. I was taking my shutdown reactor operator exam, right? It's one of the last few things that I need to qualify this, and then I'm done. And I don't have anything else I have to qualify while I'm here. It's great. Very exciting.
Yeah.
Woo.
Done.
Well, I spent a couple hours looking over stuff, right? Making sure that, the things that I thought I needed to have crammed in my head were crammed in my head.
Of course.
And I was ready to do this thing.
Nail it.
Because I can't study days beforehand, right? Because if I study days beforehand, I'm going to come home and,
Balls up.
Yeah, my normal thing is I come home and I don't think about work. I try to do that as much as possible.
Absolutely.
So I got in there and I thought I was taking the test at 7. So I was like, okay, cool. I wrapped everything up at about, 45 and started my normal, just walking around the building, trying to make sure that I was okay. And I was like, I'm going to check my email. So I get in my email when I look, and tests are starting at 7:45 instead. I'm not going to study again for all of that. So, well, shoot. Let's just do something else. So I started running around talking to people. I got in there, sat down, and took my exam at the appointed time. And then we finished up the rest of the week. I went over. And we had E6 and below call with the plant master chief. So I got to talk to him for about half an hour. And then it was an all hands call with the plant manager and the operations manager, both civilian. And all they're talking about is student. We're getting students next week. Students. We got to get ready. Here's the timeline. Students. I'm probably not going to see students for a week. Because all these students are showing up and they can't even get on site. You have to have a special badge to get through the guardhouse on the road into the site.
Right.
So they can't get those badges. So there he is. There's Poditz. So we're basically putting all these dudes into a small room on a site off-site. And admin thinks that they're going to get through 120 people who have just done all of their transfer and everything. So they have to do all their transfer paperwork, they have to do all their in-doc, they have to do all that stuff in a classroom that seats 12 people in a day. Yeah, you showed up last time, man, right as we were getting off.
It's all good timing.
So, yeah, you're good. So, yeah. So I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably not going to see him for a while, which is going to be interesting. But I had my long weekend this weekend, so I got an opportunity to spend some time with everybody. Been fighting flu bee. Flu bee's been going around up here pretty bad.
Flu bee.
Yep, flu bee. But Friday, Greg, since you were talking about it, and I started doing all the research and looking at everything, Liz and I also ended up switching over to T-Mobile.
Nice.
Okay.
Yep.
From what?
So
what were you on?
We were on Verizon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Verizon way overcharged us for what we got. They didn't really apply military stuff at all.
Wow.
They say that they give a 17% military discount. I can tell you that is false.
That's pretty specific.
Yeah, that has not happened. And Liz's phone completely died this week. Her SIM card just stopped working entirely.
I remember seeing the text in the family group.
Yeah, it may have been because she walked into a lake with her phone in her pocket, but that was months ago, so I don't know.
She just kind of casually strolled into the lake?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, she went in after a water snake, so.
Oh, even more so. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, I think it was a proving me wrong type thing, because they were looking for salamanders, and a water snake bit her when she stuck her hand into a hole, obviously. And she shrieked. She was like, "Ah!" So I was like, "Oh, come on. You are the snake person. You are not afraid of these things." And she was like, it surprised me. I was like, yeah, okay. So then she saw it a little while ago while we were walking by, and she literally ran into the lake to pick this thing up.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, maiden last name isn't Irwin, is it?
What?
Yeah. Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
Snake.
Crikey.
Crikey, it's a snake.
Mm-hmm. She was very excited about that snake. So, but we ended up going in, and I was reading online they were doing a promotion. Greg, do you know that if you traded in an S10 to T-Mobile, they gave you $1,000 towards 25?
What?
I believe it.
Yeah. I originally bought that phone for $650. So, as you can guess, I have an S25 now.
Wow.
Hey,
Yeah.
look, so do I.
Yeah.
It was time to upgrade.
Yeah.
I can't show you mine because mine's currently my web camera. Hi, web camera.
That's fair. I love
Hi,
it.
web camera.
Phone.
Yeah. We ended up trading in Liz's phone as well and got most of hers off.
It's a real beauty.
It was a real beauty.
Mm.
Tiny little. About as big as a pipe wrench, you know?
And a steak.
Yeah.
Mystique.
But she ended up trading her phone in and pretty much got, I think she got a Steam Pro for free.
Nice.
So, and then I still got to keep my phone. So we have a backup phone that
Nice.
is unlocked. So if I need to, we can just take it in and, hey, look, one of us has another phone that completely works just fine.
Send the number.
Mm-hmm.
Send it.
It's the same number.
Well,
kept
if
my
one
number.
goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we went to the aquarium in the mall.
Ooh. In a mall?
In a mall.
What?
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. The fish just look sad, dude.
Like they got sad eyes, or they
Yeah.
just didn't look very good?
Well, they had a Nemo tank. They had a tank set up that looks exactly like the dentist's office
Sure.
in Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
And Nemo and Flo were literally like swimming upside down. So,
That's not a
Yeah.
good sign.
no,
Ladies and gentlemen,
they
for those
swimming-
not in the know, fish swimming upside down is not good.
it's not good.
No.
And like the cool part about it is they had a whole bunch of like touch tanks. So, the Steve Irwin thing, they had a whole bunch of stingrays out there.
Crikey.
Yeah, and they sell food for them, so you can go and you can feed the stingrays, so they like come up and do tricks and stuff for you, which is kind of interesting. And then the other big attraction is in it's almost like a figure-8 pond, so it's like a lazy river for fish. And then like in the middle of it,
Put 'em in there
they
to get
have a whole
laps.
bunch of they have a whole bunch of like shark statues like sitting in the islands in the middle of it, and the whole thing's filled with koi fish. So you can stick your hand in and almost get it bitten off by a koi fish.
You're fishy.
Yeah. So that was kind of neat.
Yeah, and a big bag of silicone beads with every purchase.
Yeah.
Sounds perfect.
Well, that was it. I didn't go to Magic this week.
Oh, that
well,
makes us sad, Alex.
I'm still working on Deadpool. Deadpool's almost done.
Cool.
I have a way to make every land a swamp, and then to make every swamp a 1/1, and then I have a way to make 32 Deadpools a turn.
Ah.
So I'm just gonna turn everybody's lands into Deadpools.
All of your cards are Deadpool.
Yep. And on your upkeep, you die. Okay, cool. Now it's your turn. Your upkeep, you die. Okay, cool. It's your turn. You're up. Yep, you're dead too. Looks like I win.
Yay.
Y'all want to play again? No.
No.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
Well, I'm sorry you didn't
been
get
fun.
to play, but keep on it, man. You got this.
I probably won't get to play again for a couple weeks.
Hmm.
So I might be able to play On mids. We usually go over to Rochetta's and play. There's a whole bunch of us that'll go over there. And they all know what they're getting into, so fine.
Why, when they play with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fun part. Is you got one dude that you really want to beat, so you try and figure out ways to beat that one person. So I literally go over there, and it usually becomes like a 3-on-1 game. Kind of fun.
Everyone ganging up on you, trying to stop you.
Run!
Yeah. So it makes me think more critically too, which is
sure.
kind of interesting.
How can I take down the group?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't need to be specific. I need to be wide.
You're first. You're second.
I try and kill everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Same time.
One sweep.
He likes to board wipe everyone.
That's right.
Two things. Go ahead.
Everyone but me.
Yeah.
Board wipe everyone but you. So one thing I was going to talk about. Are you guys still following the stuff with the Switch?
Not gonna lie, I kind of stopped.
I haven't since earlier this week. Wait, today's Monday. Last week.
Monday.
Yeah.
Are we still thinking about it, or is everyone kind of starting to lean away from it?
It wholly depends on if I can get one without I switched to other things. That was pop, by the way.
I love it.
Really, it depends if they jack up the price again, or if I can get it without pre-purchase.
Okay.
Yeah. Why?
I'm kind of in the same boat.
I mean, you were all about
love...
the pre-purchase requirements. So what changed?
I know. I think I'm frustrated. The only reason I would want to get it now early is my only fear is they're gonna turn around and the price is gonna go up again.
Oh, you think so?
And that would be my frustration.
Because have they yet to open the pre-purchase? Wasn't that supposed to happen today?
No, they've announced. I think it's May 8th.
Oh, wow.
Is what they put on their
month.
website. Yeah.
Jeez.
Is when they're gonna offer them. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I still have time. It's not like I'm turning around and get one right now, but
right.
I'm definitely thinking about it. And then the other thing I forgot I wanted to talk to you guys about. So, gentlemen, I have been collecting patches out here.
Yeah,
left and
you shared
right.
a few with them last time, or not last time, but like 2 episodes ago.
This one I just got the other day, and I laughed so hard because that's kind of where I'm at the point now. It's like is it a patch that I want? I don't really try to collect outside of the community. Like, I want V22 patches.
Sure.
That's the platform that I work on. But if it's a generic aviation patch, I will, and it makes me laugh, I will trade for it in a heartbeat. And this one came across my hands, and I had to get it.
Aircraft always breaking. Got me working. What's got you working?
Mass Sergeant, which is a rank.
Got it.
So Mass Sergeant got me working. And it's obviously Cartman, and he's wearing an aviation. He's wearing a cranial, which is the safety equipment that we wear when we work on airplanes.
Nice.
So,
nice.
that one made me laugh out loud. And then I'll pull out this one real quick because this one's really good too.
Is he gonna rip it off his back?
Probably.
It's not off my bag. It's my bag. So.
Good bird.
Thumbs up.
Right. Bird broke.
Bird broke.
Thumbs down.
Perfect. Nice. So I like that one.
So depending on the day.
What day is it? Yep. Love it.
But yeah, no, I've been trying to get my hands on some patches. that I had a few other ones that made me giggle that I had to grab.
Mm-hmm.
I might trade. I gotta go look. So this was a squadron that I used to work with back in the day, and it's a throwback patch.
Mm.
But and then these last two, which made me giggle.
Not my bird, not my problem. Yeah.
So this is WTI in a nutshell, because most of our aircraft, the aircraft don't belong to us specifically, so it's kind of an ongoing joke. And then one of the Marines made this one, and I had to get it because it made me laugh.
Isn't that your job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's my job. I saw it and I laughed out loud, and I was like, I must have this. I will at minimum I'll probably have that on my bag.
Nice.
And I'll take that one to work. So
too funny. Well, thanks for sharing, bud. Those are cool.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Well, gentlemen, it's my turn to share the question for the week. And so I got one. I already asked one earlier and you guys answered. Thank you for that. But this is different. And so for the sake of time, let's go ahead and give this one 2 minutes apiece. Ready?
Okay.
Send it.
Gentlemen, we grew up in a very beautiful home with mom and dad and each other, and regardless of where we were, we always had each other, which was awesome. But you know, there's always something that has shaped us, formed us, whatever. And so my question for us tonight is, what was the hardest part about growing up? Right? What was the hardest part about growing up? I'll go first.
Okay.
Because I've had a little bit more time to think about it than you guys.
Sure.
So the hardest part about growing up for me was when I moved out of the house, or was no longer living with you all. I didn't exactly move out. You all moved, but that's another story for another time, and we'll not get into that one. But when I started living on my own, and then came back home for a year, and then got married after that, the hardest part about growing up was having to secure my own protection. And what I mean by that is 100% growing up, home was always safe. Always knew mom and dad and you guys, but especially mom and dad, they were going to do everything possible to make sure our home was safe. Safe from anybody outside, safe from the elements, safe. I knew that when I laid my head to bed, I was safe. There was peace. There was no worry about anything of that nature. And then when I was living on my out, and then when my wife and I got married and we were living together, I then had to become the one who made sure everything was safe. I had to make sure the doors were locked. I had to make sure the windows were locked. I had to make sure that, like, every sound that happened inside, outside the home, I had to be attentive to. And it kind of, I'm not saying it broke anything, or it was just a level of responsibility that honestly I never felt not capable of, but just now I'm always on alert. Whereas growing up I never had to. I mean, Dad always reminded us, keep your head on swivel, you know, always look, always check, always that stuff. But
Where's your nearest exit?
right.
Yeah.
And of course that helped me to be who I am now as a husband and a father and the protector of the home. But that was probably the hardest part, and I've gone over my 2 minutes, so I apologize. But that was the hardest part for me growing up, was that I had to make sure now that what I am, including my wife and our children, were safe.
Yeah. That's a good answer.
Well, thank you. I had a little bit more time to think.
Oh, no, you're fine. I guess the hardest thing for me in the process of growing up was trying to figure out how Mom did a lot of the things that she did.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh man.
holy cow, dude. You know, like, Mom and Dad were very equal in everything that they did throughout the house. But when it came time to Mom making dinner, no joke, she could walk through the store in 5 minutes, find some piece of meat for something, and come home, and literally, like, that would be the only thing she bought at the store, was like pork chops or some form of chicken or something. And there was a hot meal ready within like 30 minutes after she got home. Gentlemen, I'm still trying to figure that out.
It's magic.
Mom, I've gone to the store a couple of different times this week, and every time I've been like, oh yeah, you know, I'll grab pork chops, and you know, I'll put them in the frying pan, it'll be fine. And then I start trying to think through sides, and I'm like, okay, I know we have a crap ton of broccoli downstairs. I mean, the kids like broccoli, but I kind of don't want to eat broccoli. So then I'm walking through the vegetables trying to figure out something. I meet the most random people in the grocery store now,
of course,
and they are just my friends. I just, you know, have a full-blown conversation with them, and you know how weird that is for me.
I'm impressed.
There was a gentleman that is wearing all the safety gear, and he was driving a truck. He, you know, pulled a semi in, and he was, you know, going through his shopping for the week. And I'm just trying to find some vegetable that I want to have with pork chops.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm kind of figuring it out. You know, I've got a lot of Mom's recipes. I've got a lot of Grandma's recipes. I've got a lot of different things that I feel as though I'm pretty good at making. But I had today, for the first time, as soon as Liz came home, dinner was ready.
High five.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Air high five.
Yeah. But, like, I've never been able to do that. So it was interesting. It's very interesting. And it's still something that I'm struggling with, because I don't know. I don't know how they did it.
Yeah. There you go. Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Good.
G?
Now that I'm getting, adulting is hard.
Mm-hmm.
True.
You know, you get so much more freedom, so to speak, but freedom also means way more responsibility. You know, even now, so like I have responsibilities to my, you know, I have a property in.
You're welcome.
I have a house in Virginia that, yes, I have a property manager. I have a company that takes care of it for me, but I'm still ultimately responsible for it.
Mm-hmm.
I have a job. I have a house that I live in California that I still have to take care of and maintain. Even though it's, I'm essentially renting. So, things break, I just put in a request, but I still have to make sure that those things are taken care of. I can get sent anywhere at the drop of a hat because of my job, and I have to deal with that, and I just have to make it work.
Yeah.
All of those things. Like, I think I was well prepared by mom and dad for doing all of this, but at the same time, like, it's nuts. It seems like there is always, I have a to-do list in my head and on paper that is a mile long, and it doesn't matter. It's like, man, like, I finally have some time, I can knock something out, and something else just gets, for every one thing I get knocked out, like 2 more things get added to it.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, I'm taking college classes finally at the same time now,
right,
as well. So, which I've got a 95 in that class. So, woo woo.
Look at
That's
you.
what I'm talking about. Yeah, I got 3 more weeks and I'm done. So, and holding on pretty well, but yeah, just dealing with all of these things at the same time. It's like, yeah, adulting is hard.
Adulting is hard. Yep. But we're thankful for mom and dad, and we're thankful for the values and the skills they instilled in us. And so thank you. Thank you, mom and dad.
Thank you.
For loving us, for taking care of us, for keeping us safe, for teaching us how to cook, for showing us what it is to adult as very functionable? Yeah.
Functioning?
That
High functioning.
High function. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Loving, caring, teaching, and teachable adults. So thank you. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Great job.
Love it.
I think we got time for 2.
2?
2.
Ah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I know.
Oh no.
I know.
Oh no.
This one made me giggle. I'm pretty sure we've said it before, but I wondered why the baseball was getting closer and closer.
And then it hit you. Yeah. Hey, if a pig loses its voice, does it become disgruntled?
It does.
What is gruntled?
I don't know, but you can diss it.
Yeah. What did the accountant say while auditing a document?
1.
No, that's the count.
Oh.
He said, "This is taxing." Now this is pod racing.
Now this is pod racing. Oh, he just turned, no, Hayden Christensen just turned a birthday. Hayden. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a birthday this weekend.
Yeah. The other dude's in jail.
Oh, yeah. He got arrested for DUI or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Bless it.
Yep. Greg. Oh, he's trying.
Oh, that one's an old one.
Made him snort out his nose.
Did you hear about the queen who was only 12 inches tall?
She was a great ruler.
Yeah.
She was a great ruler.
Great ruler.
Yeah.
How did the hipster burn his mouth? He ate his pizza before it was cool.
And finally, because it's going through my house, sore throats are a pain in the neck.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's episode 198 of Brothers in Arms podcast. To our chat, our beautiful chat, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for adding your comments and your love. We love you too, Pop, and it really has been a joy being yours. But folks, we thank you so much for hanging out with us here on twitch.tv/Brothers in Arms podcast. You too can be a part of our podcast if you just simply follow our show. You'll get one of those things that notifies you, hey, it's up. Love you too, Liz. Thank you, Smart Home. You're the best. But you can join our show and you can be a part of our conversation as well. This is typically how it goes. If you've listened to this show all the way through, God bless you. Thank you so much for the hangout. And here, twitch.tv/Brothers in Arms podcast. Also our YouTube channel, Brothers in Arms podcast. That's all one word. That's where this episode will be delivered probably tomorrow sometime, as well as our podcast, the audio version of this show. And you can find that anywhere podcasts are distributed. Gentlemen, it's been real. Any parting remarks before we hit that magic button?
Oh, yeah. As always, continue to drink water, change your socks, and take your Motrin.
Voila. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Alex?
You know, I had something, I lost something, found it again.
Yeah?
And it's gone.
Oh. Double whammy.
Yeah.
Hey, how'd that meet go today?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Sweet.
That's what we had for dinner.
That was dinner. Very nice. Yeah. Cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some fine tuning. So I needed to pull off a little bit earlier. It was more on the medium rare than the rare side, but
got it. Okay.
It's pretty good.
Live and learn.
Man.
There you go.
Live and learn.
Sweet.
Then buy more pellets.
I'm buying more pellets. And, you know, Alex has got it in his house, and it floats around in communities. So wash your hands and say your prayers, because Jesus and germs are everywhere. There you go, folks.
Amen.
That's an old one and a goodie. We'll keep it.
Mm-hmm.
Gentlemen, I love you.
We love you too, brother.
Wow, that was like in stereo. That was pretty sweet. Thank you. All right, folks. Y'all take care. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Tuesday?
Good. Tuesday.
Yes.
I will gladly pay you on Tuesday for a hamburger today.
On Wednesday.
No, today. He wants the hamburger today. He'll pay you on Tuesday for it.
Ah, yes.
Anybody remember what his name was?
Oh.
He was on Popeye.
He was from Popeye, correct? What was his name?
I want to say it's Beetle, but it's not.
No.
The Hamburglar?
No.
No.
Wrong universe.
No.
Definitely
Wrong,
Grimace.
yeah. The McRib is back.
His name was Wimpy. All right. Good night, everybody.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye.